An American who's a mother of two disappears in Turkey. The New York City woman traveled alone to Istanbul on January 7th. Now, she's supposed to come home last week on January 22nd, but she never boarded her plane. And tonight, police and relatives are frantically searching for her. Fox New York reporter Lisa Evers is here with the latest. Lisa, what do they know about when they spoke to her on the last time they spoke to her, what do they know she was going to do?
Well, they thought that she was going to get on the plane last Tuesday, Greta. The last time that she had communication with family members was Monday, the day before. Her husband could not find her on the flight. He was told that she did not take that plane. And this is a really tragic story because here's a 33-year-old mother of two young boys, 9 years old and 11 years old, an avid photographer. This was her passion. And she finally got a chance to go on her first overseas trip. She was supposed to go with a friend, but that friend was unavailable at the last moment. And her husband, who I spoke with yesterday in their apartment, he was fighting back tears telling me that, I was worried about her going on this trip, but when you love someone that much, you want to support them and help them to fulfill their dream. And he was fighting back tears. Last night, he and her brother got on a plane. They went to Turkey. They're there in the country today, working with the local officials and trying to find her as best they could.
Did she plan to travel anyplace else, or was it from New York to Istanbul?
It was from Newark to Istanbul, but there are reports from a friend of hers that she did take some side excursions while she was in Turkey, that she went to Munich, and that she also went to Amsterdam, and that she was in contact with a tour guide who was there. That's what some of the people closest to her are saying.
All right, Liz, that's a real weird geographical trip. If you're going to Istanbul, you're not going to all of a sudden take a day trip to those two spots. I mean, there's something peculiar about that, if indeed that's true.
Well, Greta, there's a lot of questions about this because she was born and raised in the Staten Island section of New York City. She had really never left there. She had never gone overseas. So this is not somebody who was a seasoned traveler, but it was someone that wanted to travel and wanted to explore the world and take photographs in Istanbul, which is a spectacularly beautiful city.
I understand that one. I understand that one. I don't understand flying to Istanbul and taking a day trip to wherever was it, to Munich? I don't know.
Munich and Amsterdam.
Yeah, those are not day trips. That's all. That's what I thought odd.
Right, and there were also questions. She had been in communication with her family during this nearly 3 weeks that she was gone with one family member or another or her husband every single day. So they were aware of, her whereabouts. They also knew what she was up to. She stayed in close contact with them, and then this mysterious disappearance right before she was supposed to come home. But the husband is heartbroken. And he's in Turkey. I spoke with the State Department just a short time ago, and they say that they are working closely with the Turkish officials and the Turkish police, even looking at surveillance video for whatever is available there to try and get more information on this.
Lisa, thank you. And New York Congressman Michael Grimm has been talking with the family and helping with the search. And Magdalena Rodriguez is the friend who was supposed to be on that trip. They join us. Magdalena, tell me, why didn't you go on the trip? Any particular reason, and why would she go alone?
At the last minute, I couldn't afford the trip. I have a family of my own, so it was a little difficult for me to come up with the funds.
Congressman, I understand that they found at the hostel or the hotel where she was staying, that they checked the room and they saw her passport, equipment chargers, other items. A seasoned traveler is not going to even go get dinner without taking a passport. So that at least strikes me as being odd. Of course, she wasn't a seasoned, but you're former FBI, so tell me, what do you think?
Well, you just hit the nail on the head as far as she's never left the country before, so she's not a seasoned traveler. The idea that she had her iPad and her cell phone with her, she left the charges and everything else behind, tells me that she wasn't planning on leaving for a long time. She might have stepped out to get a bite to eat or something else. So I don't find that particularly odd. Also, the other things I want to mention, that she actually went to Germany and to Amsterdam. She was gone several days. So those were not just a day trip. She was gone several days, and she sent pictures back. She liked to photograph bridges, is my understanding, and she did send that back. She was Skyping with her children at night and things like that. So she was gone several days traveling in Europe.
Magdalena, was the trip to Munich and Amsterdam, was that part of your original plan with her, or is that an add-on, do you think?
No, it was part of the original plan. She wanted to see as much as she could of the country. She really loved it. The architecture she was fascinated with it, so she wanted to get the most that she could, and that was all part of it.
Magdalena, what's she like? Is she an outgoing person or shy? Tell me a little bit about her.
Sarai is extremely adventurous. She loves life. She's a giving person. She's very caring, but she's also very street smart. So she's not going to disappear. This isn't her character, so it's not. That's not even a question. But she, you can't. It's crazy because you think about when you have to put someone into words. What are the words you're going to pick? And you really can't think of much other than, you know, just smile and just remember, she's incredible.
Congressman, is Turkey cooperating with the State Department, and are they aggressively helping us?
Yes, I'm very pleased to say I've spoken with both ambassadors. I've spoken with the State Department. We have the chief of the State Department on the ground there working very closely. The one good thing, you know, if there's a good thing here, is that Istanbul has a very, very good police department. A lot of them have already been trained with our FBI, so they're taking this extremely seriously. They've elevated it to the highest levels, and I've spoken with those both in our government and abroad that have elevated this to the highest level. So they are taking it as serious as they can, and they are doing everything possible. Both governments are doing everything they possibly can, and I'm very comfortable in saying that.
Well, this is a terrifying story, and I hope that there is some good news soon. And if you both come back, if you hear any news, because, like I said, this is one of those terrifying stories for this family. Thank you both.
Thank you, Greta.